Hi everyone, Taylor Stockdale reporting in from the Webb Schools for my weekly address. I'm here at the beautiful Crossroads underneath the oak trees. As I mentioned last week, I like doing these from some of my favorite places on campus, and this is certainly one of them. Last week I was up at the chapel. And I'd like to first just welcome everyone back from spring break. I know it was a rather unique break, and I hope that you had as much rest and rejuvenation as possible. It's great to have you back, albeit online, and I know you're fully immersed now in your classes. Some of the things that we've added since you were away, we've added the asynchronistic classes for students who live at least 4 time zones away or farther. We think that this is going to be helpful in terms of giving you a more optimal educational experience, and I know our faculty are going an extra step to do that, but everyone felt like that was a necessary program. So hopefully that's going to make it even better for you. Also, we're going to be starting something that I think is going to be really special, and that is We Are Webb, and there are going to be moments during each week. We're going to have a theme each week in which we are going to celebrate an aspect of our mission and our community. So for example, this week we're going to be celebrating Unbounded Thinking, and we're going to be having the Unbounded Days video coming out, which I think you'll really enjoy, and a few other aspects of Unbounded Thinking. And each week, again, we'll have a theme along these lines that extends beyond just the academic program, and I think will be really important for the fabric of our community. I wanted to say a few words to the class of 2020. You will be receiving today an email through Student News and also on social media from Mrs. Wensley on the tribute boards that I talked about last week. I think you're going to be really moved by these. They're extraordinary. They're people from 8 different decades of the school, alumni. There are faculty and staff and former faculty. Everyone is reaching out to you and paying you tribute for your hard work and your accomplishments during your Webb experience, and I really encourage you to take a look at that. I think it really speaks to the community and about what we value and who we are, and also it really honors you and your fine work during your time here. Not that it's over, because I know there was a story in the Webb Canyon Chronicle about senioritis, etc., but we're not going to go down that path. Anyway, but I do think that they're really moving tributes, and I think you'll agree with me in that. And they're still coming in as well, which is great. Class of 2024, the new students coming in. April 10th was the admission deadline, and as I mentioned before, we had our strongest year on record. We have an incredible group of students coming in, talented, motivated, passionate about all aspects of life, and I'm just thrilled, actually. We are full for next year, and we are full with terrific students who are going to drive us into the next century, and we're all just very excited to see you here in the early fall of next year. So congratulations again to you for that. And then finally, I'd just like to talk a little bit about the Crossroads in general. This is such a special place to me for a variety of reasons. One of them is, I think one of the last times we really came together in such a spirited way was Webb Idol, actually. And I remember watching it. I was up in one of those chairs by the old schoolhouse, and it was really funny and wacky and just so much spirit in the air that really defines who we are. I would encourage you actually to go to the Webb Canyon Chronicle and check out the story on it. They have a great photo gallery and an article. And Summer Chen, that's for you. A big shout out to the Webb Canyon Chronicle, and a lot of other stories there as well. So I would really hope that you check that out because it's pretty moving. And then before that, I remember the Martin Luther King tribute ceremony by the Empowering Student Voices Initiative, which was very special, of course, in the life of the school. And then before that, of course, we had convocation, and that was in August. And for the new students, convocation is when after all of the parents leave and all of the opening activities are through, the students and the faculty and the staff all gather here in the Crossroads under the oak trees, and we start the year. And we start the year with a variety of talks about goals, etc. And I was going through my notes actually on convocation for this past year, and I was really struck by the theme of service to others, and also resiliency and inner strength. And who knew at that time that we would be having to live those values in such impressive circumstances as we have right now. And I was just so drawn to that. And I'm thinking about just the way we've gone about our business and how resilient we've been in facing this adversity. And also just some of the specific things going on right now. We have a group of students who are tutoring middle school students online. We have an initiative where we're building critical parts for medical masks using our 3D printers, thanks to Mr. Hamilton and alumni and parents in the area. And then finally, I'm thinking about all of the supplies that we've been receiving to help us here at school and also in the region. So medical masks and goggles and gloves and other supplies in the effort of fighting COVID. And I want to thank our Chinese families for making that happen. These are just some of the examples of how we're living our mission and how we're living our values and how we're being a community in the course of these, this unprecedented scenario that's playing out for us. So I'd like to just really reflect on that. I want to be sure you know how proud I am of you. How proud I am. I've never been more proud to be a part of this community, actually, and how we're going about our business and how we're adhering to our values and what we know is really important here. I want to end with something that I say before every community dinner, and that is a brief statement in which I ask you to join me in silence and gratitude. But when I do it now, I'd like to, in terms of the gratitude, I'd like for us to really be thinking about the true heroes in all of this. And that is our nurses and our doctors and our first responders and everyone who's on the front lines of this thing. And I'd also like to just reflect a little bit on the Crossroads and the great days that we have ahead of us. So with that said, please join me in a moment of silence and gratitude. Thank you.